you play Mark, the brains behind Facebook, and did you ever think there'd be a movie made about Facebook?
Of course, I didn't expect anybody to make a movie about Facebook, but kind of in retrospect, it's not surprising because its influence and is so far-reaching. It's in so many countries, it's all across the world. There's 500 million users, more than 500 million users now. It's kind of in retrospect not surprising that they made a movie about Facebook, but really the movie is about so much more. I mean, it's about these kind of characters and themes that that are really classic, and the fact that it's about Facebook is almost secondary.
Right. Well, do you Facebook?
I'm not on Facebook. I signed up under an alias, during the rehearsal process of the movie to kind of understand what my character was talking about.
Right. Well, I asked that because I read somewhere that you hadn't, whenever you took on this role, you didn't have a Facebook, and I thought that was really interesting, so I was wondering kind of what your process was like about figuring out what the whole network is about if you hadn't been a part of it. So is that what you took on an alias to kind of
I just wanted to understand. I tried to obviously prepare as much as possible for the role, so of course that would be impossible to do without signing up for a Facebook page.
Was it what you thought it would be? I mean,
it really wasn't. I didn't really know what to expect. I kind of, maybe had a cynical attitude toward Facebook that I thought it was kind of a waste of time or something. But when I signed up, it was immediately clear why it's such a phenomenon and why it's not really a waste of time. You're really able to connect with people in a way that no other form of communication has provided. My mother is, in her mid-50s, has found friends from 40 years ago, and she now sees them in person. So, Facebook. I had a cynical attitude thinking that Facebook limits the amount of personal interaction people have, but of course, for my mother and for other people in her situation, it's created personal interactions that she wouldn't otherwise have.
You did a really outstanding job, and you just really mimic the way Mark speaks and acts, and you did such an awesome job. How did you prepare? How did you study him?
During the rehearsal process, I called together every video clip and every interview and every picture I could find of the real guy, and listened to him on my iPod every day. And the costume designer of the film found every picture of Mark Zuckerberg and got every article of clothing that he was wearing, and we had a closet of his clothing to choose from while filming the movie. And so we really made a great attempt at authenticity. Having said that, Aaron Sorkin, who you spoke with, created a great character in a movie. So, even though we're playing somebody real, he really created a wonderful character.
One of Mark's lawyers at the end points out that creation myths need a devil. Do you think that really rings true in this film? Because this film, like you said, isn't really about necessarily Facebook. It's about how it came to be and the people that were involved.
Yeah, absolutely. And within the context of the movie, which is really told from three different perspectives, Mark, my character, is the antagonist in some of those stories, and basically in every story that's not his telling of it. And so when she says creation myths need a devil, she's referring to the idea that every story needs the villain, and in those characters' story, that's the part I played, and it's a nice line that kind of gives my character some reassurance that he's not the villain that others say he is. But kind of more importantly, that stories are much more complicated than a hero and a villain, and that when people are telling stories, they kind of have to ascribe different roles to different characters, but really this story is much more complicated. And that's what the movie, I think, really accomplishes. It tells a very complicated story in a complicated way.